Hi there, this is Tanya from the Prosper Hub, and today I'm going to give you a little presentation about the difference between silver and gold bullion versus collectible coins. It's really come about because we had a presentation at Crawley Property Meet, which is a live meeting that Pam and I run near Gatwick in England. And we had the presentation from a company called MintBuilders, and they've got an interesting offer to invest in silver and gold, and you can either invest in the bullion or you can invest in the collectibles. And as a bullish person, I was very keen on the whole concept and everything. But I'm very lucky that I have some more bear type mentalities. I don't know if you know stock market bull and bear. Bull tends to be very kind of gung ho, and the bear market tends to be pull back a little bit. And so I tend to kind of refer to my bear people, and when I'm just to kind of hear their point of view. And so this is really for people like me who tend to be quite positive, and want to, and quite gung ho with their ideas for investment. And it's really the process that I've gone through just to try and prove to myself which is the best of the two, and what the pros and cons are over both bullion and collectible coins. So without further ado, let me get rid of me, and I shall go on to the presentation. So bye from me, and off we go to the first slide. So my first slide here is just about what bullion is versus collectibles. So this is bullion, and these are collectibles. So with the bullion, you get little gold and silver bars, and there's also a coin. So you could get them muddled up with what the collectibles are, because the collectibles tend to come in coin shapes, and the bullion tends to either come in bars or this coin. But the coin is very specific, and it's specific to your own country. So I'm British, and my bullion coin would be from the Royal Mint, and it would be a Britannia. And they are issued each year as a silver or a gold, or both. And the gold obviously being that much smaller, and the silver being that much bigger. And they're effectively their legal tender, and they're sold at the value plus a little bit of the going rate for silver and gold of that kind of period that year. So they can go up in value based on the year date, on in particular occasions, and also based on the gold or silver value. So that's the silver and gold. And just to I'll give you an idea later on about what the different value of the silver versus the gold is. Now, here are our collectibles, and what is the difference? So a collectible doesn't necessarily come from your country's mint. It can come from a private mint. It can come from all sorts of different people. Companies do graded mint coins, and often they are based on they're commemorating something or celebrating something. So in the film world, for example, they're often celebrating. They've got things like Thor and all the superheroes at the moment. A while ago, a long while ago now actually, I went to our local mint, which no longer exists, but at the time, while I was there, they were actually doing coins specifically for the Harry Potter films, so different Harry Potter characters. But equally, they might be commemorating some historical event for that, or whatever. And they can be they're all little mini pieces of art, essentially. They come in these plastic sealed boxes, but equally they can not. But when they're in these plastic sealed boxes, they have these labels on them, and these labels tell you something about their origin, and their validity. I would suggest that you should go to a good source for these things. Don't go on the internet, don't go on eBay. Don't go on eBay and expect to get a genuine thing. I do think MintBuilder do genuine silver and gold, high graded minted coins that are collectibles. So there's no shenanigans or anything going on there. But I do think there are elements of buyer beware and things you need to think about. So what do you need to think about? So your collectibles, as I say, are little pieces of art. They're non-currency coins. They're graded. That label talks about the grading that is inside that box. If you collect them, do not break that box. Okay, they need to be inside that box to really to realise their full value. So that is part of the value. They come in silver and gold, like anything that's silver or gold, I suppose. So, so what's Builders offer? They offer you a club membership of, this isn't their terminology, but is mine, a club membership of £140 per annum, plus you then have a monthly payment of £90 per calendar month. And for that, you get a potluck coin sent through to you each month. So it's just a coin that they're sending you, which is a genuine silver minted coin, which has been graded and has that label on it and are in those boxes. But they have a melt value of around about £30. So just keep that in mind. You're buying for 90. The added value, I suppose, is that they are they're graded. They've got that little label in there. They're in their box, etc. But their melt value, i.e., the actual value of the silver or gold in there. So that coin, if it was melted down, would be only £30. So, but its immediate resale value, who knows? So you might be lucky. You might have one that quickly goes up the next week, but the point is that you're supposed to hold on to these for kind of 10 to 15 years to realize their potential value. Okay, so what's good about that? What do you consider? It's an automatic payment system. There's potential for your collection to increase beyond the value of the silver. But remember, you're going to already have to catch up to that £60 extra, the premium you paid. Plus, not to mention the £140 club membership. So if you really like the look of them, this is a no-brainer for you, possibly. They're a little piece of art, and if you get involved with art, then you really need to like the look of it. You've got no guarantees that it's going to be worth more than the paint on canvas as soon as you take it out of a gallery, for example. So, and these are the same kind of thing. Do you care? If you like them, it doesn't really matter. They also have the potential to have this network marketing opportunity, where basically you can earn whilst you're collecting, and you get that by introducing other people to the £90, the £140 and £90 a month deal. And then you get points, and the points you can use to get your monthly coin through for free. Plus you can earn as well. You could change your points into money as well. This now I feel duty bound to tell you about this enticement, because I think this is a buyer beware, and I'm going to be kind, and I'm going to say that I think the two people that said this to us from MintBuilder are hopefully not quite realizing what they're saying. So basically, they said if I had bought one mint coin per month for 33 years, i.e. since 1985, it would now be worth £2,246,513, i.e. on average each of my there would be 396 coins in my collection by that point. Each of my coins would be worth on average £5,673. I just want you I'm leaving a pause for you to for that to sink in. And they're effectively insinuating that if from all the coins that they send out as a potluck coin, each of those would be worth over £5,500. Now, I think that's spurious, and I don't think that could be held up as something that would happen to a lot of people. I would say that is based on maybe one person's lucky chance, or very, very carefully chosen coins that they've invested in that had got some sort of kind of historic value. I would suggest it's not from these type of collectibles. Okay, on to bullion. So what is bullion? As I say, it's these silver or gold coins, or these minted from your country's mint. So for us, that is the Britannia. For other people, it might be the maple leaf, the panda, which is for China, the maple leaf for Canada, the eagle for the United States, and there are many others. The Krugerrand for South Africa, for example. So you've got your silver and gold bars and coins which you buy, and just because I don't think I've already told you, I looked it up today on a reputable site, and you could get that silver coin, that 1 ounce silver, sorry, not coin, the silver ounce bar. You could get that for £17.28 today. But if you were to buy the ounce of gold, it would be £968. So you can see there's a vast difference in value between silver and gold. The coins are government issue, and what's interesting about that is, I'm going to tell you about the Britannia. Let me see. Here we go. Is the Britannia, for example, but it would be the same would be true of the eagle if you were American, the maple if you were Canadian, the panda if you were Chinese. That they are not. They are exempt from capital gains tax. So effectively, you're buying a piece of bullion that could go up in value, and the difference between what you're buying it for and what you sell it for over when you sell it, and if it has gone up in value, would not be taxed. So that's quite amazing. Whereas the bullion bars, potentially you would get charged tax for that increase, the capital gains tax. So that's interesting to know, isn't it? So what's been going on with silver and gold over the last 200 years or so? Here's a graph, and I've got another one for silver. I've got another one for gold in a moment. But as you can see, it pootled along here, and then it had a little spike, and then it went way down, had a little spike here, and then went down, and then it's gradually gone up, and now we've got this spike here, and that I think happened in the 1980s, 80s and 90s, where we had some currency problems, and then it went down, and then it went up again, and since the credit crash, it has been, in general, going up. But obviously, there's these peaks and troughs, but a general upward movement over the last 10 years or so. There's the other good thing about silver, though, is that there's lots of industrial uses. So there's a demand for it outside of its value as a commodity, if you like, and it's put in everything like mobile phones and all sorts of things. But does this indicate there's a bubble there? Does that indicate there's a bubble coming here? Who knows? So gold. The evidence with gold is it holds its value without really going up. This is kind of 200 years ago. Then it had a spike. I suspect there was a civil war or something there, and it then went pootled along at its same value. But for quite a long time now, it's been going up. It went down again pre-credit crash, but credit crunch even. But it's been going up, since the credit crunch. It's much higher in value than silver, so it's harder to get into because obviously you have to buy small amounts for more. But it is more stable, but there's not so much of it, which you can see is good, but it's not used in so many things either. So one of the things about silver is that it is now being used by it in a lot of things. So there is this boom and bust. Are we in a boom situation that will turn into a bust? Over the next kind of short foreseeable future? Who knows? That's for you to judge. I will say nothing. So my final thoughts on this is that collectibles are very high risk, but you might get lucky unless you really know what you're doing. It's only an investment if you know what you're doing. And I would suggest that it's a risky investment if you just get these collectibles through the post and you're not really getting involved with understanding the true market for these collectible coins. Gold is much safer, but it has spikes. Silver is low cost entry, but a little bit more volatile. So, they might even themselves out with that kind of thing. But we might be in a boom and bust situation at the moment. Bullion is good for diversity. So generally speaking, from the research that I did, is bullion is considered as a good thing to have in your investor mix. And it can be tax-free if you buy those coins from your country, and you have to get it from a reputable source. So that's it from me. Good luck, and see you on the other side. Bye for now.